Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of the Linux Guru Guide channel. Today we're going to look at Pop! OS Cosmic Desktop, all for your pure enjoyment. Check it out. What you're looking at now is the Cosmic Desktop in the welcome screen. After you first install it and reboot it, this is what you see. And it just goes back through this and confirms. Yes, I want English US. Click on that. Now here it gives you the option that defaults the dock extends edges. You see down here now. I haven't adjusted the screen size on this yet because I can't do it until I get into there, into the settings. But I'll do that in a minute. But anyway, he also said where the dock doesn't extend the edges like this. Or you can say with no dock at all. If you want to just operate with a panel or something like that. Or with these up here. I don't know why, or maybe you don't really need a dock. Because you can do everything through the launcher, which I'll show you in a minute too. Anyway, that I like personally. It doesn't extend the edges. I'm going to select that. It looks nicer that way. Now you show this workspace button up here. When you click on it, it shows your workspaces. And it shows your general application, Gnome application menu. You also got a workspace down here. And your show applications down here as well. So really, we'll probably want one of those. Or two of them, or none at all, whatever you want to. If you use the launcher, you probably don't need the application menu. Which, just so you remember what it's like, looks like this. But I'm going to leave it there for now, just because I don't want to change anything much yet. So anyway, I would take these off though, off the top, because I don't see a reason to have them up there and down there at the same time. I would eventually probably get rid of this and this too. But I like to use key bindings for those kind of things. Plus, if you have a launcher, which I'll show you in a minute, there's no reason to have that there, really. And then you show launchers here, as well as you press the super key to get the launcher. And you can set your date and time over there. Or you can move it to the left side or the right side, whichever you want. I'll leave it there for now because I think it looks more balanced. So we'll hit next on that, and then it asks you to open the switch up. Now you have this several different ways. You press super key or use an icon on the dock to display the launcher search field. Use arrow keys to quickly switch between open windows, or type the name of the application to launch it. The launcher makes navigating the desktop faster, more fluid, which I pretty much agree with, pretty much. You can change the super key at any time. That's just information it's telling you about the launcher. Use gestures for easier navigation. You have it installed on a laptop and you use the touchpad a lot, then you probably want that. And we're not going to turn this on. We don't allow applications to turn our geographical location that easily. Someone asked me. And then I set time zone for the mountain time. We'll select Denver. Alright. And I'm not worried about connecting any online accounts right now. So I'll skip this. And start using Pop! OS. Ta-da! Now I need to switch this out so it's got its full you switch out so it's got use full screen on this. Sudo apt install Spice. Oops. PD agent. And there it is. Now we should be able to reboot, and it should extend out to full screen once you do that. This is Gnome-Boxes, by the way, in case you're wondering. So go up here. Restart. And it should boot up in the full screen now. And it gets around to booting up. There it goes, I think. There it is. That's full screen. And password there and away she blows. Depending on how you set some of the settings in that last section we went through, this is what it looks like out of the box. Pretty nice actually. Yeah, so you got all these options down here. If you had the workspace button up there, you put workspaces. So all the workspaces you have here open or in use. Switch to them. There's application menu. Now the application menu has this launcher up here. Searching. It's not really a launcher. Sort of like a launcher, but it's not. But it's somewhat different, I guess you could say. Like if you type Firefox here, you see you type FIR and then you have Firefox pop up. You hit that. It's almost like a launcher in that sense. Also lists other things, the settings, and it also lists if you had any programs installed. Like say, I was curious to install yeah, you see that here? I'll take you to Pop Shop and install Inkscape if you wanted to look for that, and then in your list of applications, which it is right now, run that. Take you to Pop Shop. Inkscape. And then you can look at it and decide how you want to install it or not. You do. The option you go to mention deb install. I think it had flat pack version. You can install that instead if you want the flat packs. Out of the box, flat pack is installable. So let's just go through this, see what it does. Okay, that's waiting for that. And it's now installing, downloading, installing it. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Now that's one thing you can do with the launcher that you can do with this. You can install programs you don't have currently on there. So if you search your programs for a program to do something like Inkscape or Krita or GIMP or whatever the graphic programs, you can install it. There's not a lot installed on here, which is kind of good in a way. But yeah. Anyway, I'll pause this video for now until it finishes installing. Come back when it's done. Alright, we're back and it's open or uninstalled. So you can open the program from here, or you can open it from your program menu if you wanted to. Or you can uninstall or you can run the launcher, whichever one you want. So now you see I'd use Super Q to close that window there. That's an easier way to do it than using it with the mouse. Yeah, it saves your wrist some pain and agony there. Anyway, let's see. So, yeah, the launcher is this thing here. Now, it's a little bit different from that. So, if you just type in a program you don't have on here, like Krita, say, for instance, it doesn't show up. It doesn't give you any options other than whatever happens to match that to some degree, which for some weird reason, text editor pops up. But now if we type in Inkscape, there it is. You run it and that'd be it. So yeah, you can type in a lot of things like files, for your file system, Nautilus I believe, since this is Gnome Desktop basically. It's Cosme Desktop, but it's a modified Gnome Desktop basically. I actually pretty modified Gnome Desktop if you ask me, but nobody's asked me currently, so. So anyway, you got various ones you use on here. There's other options you can use on here as well. Right now we're going to look at the super key run launcher that automatically comes with out of the box on there. And it allows you to launch programs from here. So I just showed you how to launch Inkscape, which is just installed. You also do other things with it, like you can do an equal sign and then it'll convert to a calculator here. So you do 5 times 5, 25. Or you can do maybe something more complicated. 2 times 50. Divided by 6. And it leaves you 16.6666 infinity. So yeah, you can use that as a calculator like that. Another thing you can do with this is to use do Google searches on there. So just press in Google. It's online accounts. So say you want to do search on RL Copple. Find out what I've written lately or whatever. You get my website, you go there. Go to cooking. Yeah, so that's another way of fun thing you can do with this is you can do a T colon. That's a shortcut for terminal, so it opens a terminal, but what do you want to open the terminal with? Any command line like htop, anything like that, boom, there you go. You open the terminal with whatever program you want in there right there. Like that. You also can type D. Now it'll search either recent files or also bring you to your network. So say you want to look at your Wi-Fi, it'll pop up in the Wi-Fi. Now if you wanted to do, let's say, search for power. Now go to your power in your thing. You have to know what the name of these are. Like sound, I can do sound if I wanted to. I can go D colon sound and pop up in the sound just like that. So you actually use it to go to different spots in your system settings. Or here we're looking at some of these things they have here. Yeah, what I was looking for before was desktop. Now here you have some of the settings you should be interested in. Now one of the defaults, of course, is when you press super key, it opens a launcher. Now set its super key opens the Windows and Workspaces overview, or you can set it that it opens up the applications menu. Now the Workspace overview, that's like you hit super key, opens up this. It's sort of like the general how it originally worked in Gnome, where it opened up in Workspace, plus you had your launcher over here on the left side. Or you can click on this application, press super key, open the application overview. It opens up that instead. Then you type search like I showed you before. Go up there, there's Inkscape we installed a moment ago. That's all the programs it comes installed with. You got two groups here: System, Utilities, Office, which is LibreOffice. It comes with LibreOffice installed. And that's about it. Calculator, calendar, contacts, files, Webbox, web browser, Yuri for email. We'll share your terminal, your text editor, standard thing like that. Yeah, most people are probably going to want to just use a launcher because that is a little more easier to use. Not as bulky and things like that. So here's that. So that's where I'd leave it there, just launcher. Now you enable top left hot corner for spaces. You want to do that if you're used to that. But if you're not used to it like me, I'd probably end up accidentally triggering it all the time if I put my cursor wandering over here. But if you want to use that, more power to you. Personally, I just use key bindings to accomplish that task. So yeah, that's where we set these back in the original intros, you remember? Turn those off because I didn't see it. I put the date time to the left from the center, the default. Now we have backgrounds here. Got a lot of interesting backgrounds. It's got scenic backgrounds. And it's got planet backgrounds. That's real dark, but maybe you like real dark. Cosmic background. Shows basically the cosmic view of it. And yeah, it's got some kind of a, I think I've seen this over here. Yeah, which I would think is kind of funny, but I think it's supposed to be funny because it's not very colorful. But I live in Colorado, so I might use that one at some point. Yeah, your standard pop OS type thing here. You got a darker one. You like that? You got a lot of these watercolor backgrounds. They're pretty cool. You got designs. And you know, there's interesting things. So yeah, I think out of the ones I wanted to use would probably be like, yeah, here's a spacey type thing. Moon or something, I guess it's a moon. And you also have Earth. You see that in like the door and stuff, although it's a little bit different one. Okay, and so yeah, you got all these different ones. I'll just leave it on this one. It's kind of a darker theme. I'll take the moon. How about the moon? Makes sense to me. Now what you want to do, you go for appearance. You select dark or light theme. I just take the dark because it's easier on my eyes. It's easier to read, especially at night. Then you use the dock. You change your dock settings here. You enable or disable the dock. If you don't want a dock, just disable that. Then dock, we took that off earlier. So launcher icon in the dock. Yeah, I don't know. I need that if you use super key all the time. Show workspace icon in the dock. That'll probably take you out eventually. Show applications icon in dock. I'd take that one out. Show mounted drives. It could be helpful at times, especially when you're taking mounted drives out. And then you have your dock visibility. You want it to hide, auto hide, or intelligent hide, dock hide, left side. I'd at least select that one there. Really high whenever you go to full screen or a window overlaps it. Like right now, as soon as you go down there, it's auto hide. Done. And it comes back. So yeah, that's helpful. The primary display show dock on display. Shows it on primary display. If you have more than one screen connected to your computer, you can show it on just primary display. Or you can show it on all your displays. Now we want to look at shortcut keys. Down here in your keyboard area. And here, customize shortcuts. Here you have your keys. So like you go there. In your home folder, if you want to bring up your file manager, Super F. Let me test that out real quick. And there it is. And Super E will launch email client. Super F1 launch the help browser. Super T launch the terminal. Now if you want to change one of these, it's easy to do. Matter of fact, you can change without changing, replacing. You add another shortcut key or you remove this. So if you didn't want to use this key for that at all, say you never would use Super T for some reason, disable it. Then you can add shortcut to it, and we'll set it to Super Enter. That says are being used for adjustment mode. I don't know if I'll ever use adjustment mode or anything. So say replace. You got your web browser Super B, what I'm used to. And you can set your other launchers down here, navigation, screenshot, sound media, system, tiling. Yes, this does have dynamic window tiling. It's easy to activate too. I'll show you that in a minute. Superwise where you toggles all the tiling on and off on this. Pretty cool. And yeah, there are shortcuts you put in here. Anyway, that's shortcuts. Now you go down here to about. Now here you have your, shows you what you got on here. You got 4 GB memory that we set in the 3.8, which is what I usually set for these virtual machines. AMD processor, 4 of them. Disk capacities, 30 GB reset. Pop OS 21.04, 64-bit. No version 3.3, 5.5. Windows System X11 and virtualization KVM. Now, probably wondering, hey, I thought this ran Wayland or was going to run Wayland. They originally broadcast that they were going to put Wayland on it. Apparently, they had too much problems with the programs not running on it. However, if you want Wayland, I'll show you how to do it. So let's go check that out. Now to run Wayland, first you gotta launch your terminal. Let's manage this, increase it. So we gotta, you gotta go to CD, standard BDM3, and now what you want to look at is custom comp right here, this file right there. Into that, and I can't write that because I gotta change. Okay, we're gonna go back over here. And here you name a Wayland equals false. Then you save it, exit out. Then when you log out, you'll be able to switch over to Wayland. Fast reboot. Reboot. And probably somebody being able to switch it to Wayland. You have to reboot and I just log out. Reset system. Now you click on your name. You know, suddenly this little wheel cog shows up down here. Click on that. Pop on Wayland. You click on that. Then you go into PG. Put our password here and we'll open this up. Alright. Now if we go one launcher. And here's your balance for Windows. See, our windowing system is Wayland now, not X11. So, but I would only do this if you know you got programs that you want to run that will operate on Wayland. If you don't, then you probably will stick X11 for now. Like I can run OBS on this because OBS still is trying to figure out how to run on Wayland apparently. I've tried it a few times, I haven't been able to get it to work on Wayland. So, there you go. That's how you switch to Wayland. Notice you coming out that line that says the next big file. Now we're going to take a peek at the window tiling on this deal. Now you see up here, up in the corner, you see it's got this icon up here, right to there in the corner. And that's the icon for floating windows, so you know you're in floating windows when you see that. Now if you do Super Y, it toggles to tall monad. So if you type it in, it's going to go full screen on you. Alright, I think I figured out what the problem is with the half screen deal here. Apparently it's a bug in Wayland. So you get in here to log out. Pop. Yeah, wait for it to pop up. Next 11. Now we open up our terminal. There's full screen. Your full dynamic tiling there. So the bottom line on that is if you want to use Wayland, you don't want to use it with Tiling Manager, at least for the time being, until they fix Wayland so that it'll work with Dynamic Tiling Manager better. There's a problem with it, so if you want dynamic tiling windows on Pop! OS, you want to wait. You want to use an X11, not Wayland, for now, till they fix it or something like that. Down here's your Pop Shop. See, it's got a little number 7 red. So if you open up Pop Shop, then you can go up here to install, I believe. Then there's list updates. These 7 clips updates says plus there's other updates listed here. But I prefer personally to install those updates, press the first update, so do by the terminal window instead. So let's open up a terminal then, and we'll go sudo yeah. You also maximize windows just by doing that, by press Super and M and minimize it. Switch back and forth, toggle switch. Super M does that. Then we go ahead and decide so I'm doing this super app update. I'll update our repositories. Sudo app upgrade. Do the upgrades we have set in there, which is our so fairly. Password correct is something like that. Alright. So then it's going to do that. That's all it wants to install. So say yes. The way she blows. Alright, we just finished with the updates. We can open up terminal, maximize it. Let's see what's going on there. And we'll do what we're going to do. Oh yeah, HTOP. I don't think it's installed though. And it's done. Page top, there it is. Using 1.3 gigabytes out of 3.87 on 4 gigabytes, reduced down to about 600 and some megabytes of data. But on 12 gigabytes, it'll increase up about around 1.3 or so. It's 1.23, no, even though it's on 4 gigabytes of memory data here, which isn't very good memory usage, but such as it is. That's Gnome for you. And then name RS. Yeah, it's using 5.11.0 kernel. You install everyone on there if you wanted to, but that's what it's using out of the box. So that's this desktop. Go back and talk about it a little bit. So that was Gnome Desktop, and configured specifically for Copple by they call it Cosmic Desktop. Basically, a Gnome Desktop just modified. But I like the modification they do this because I never ever really cared that much for the Gnome Desktop per se. The activities menu, you get to applications, you had to click that button, you either had to type it in on the settings menu, or you had to go down and click the programs, spread them out, and click on program. Just too much clicking and moving around to get to where you wanted to go and see what you want to see. And all your programs weren't categorized, so just out there on the screen, so I didn't care for it that much, but yeah, but I like this a lot better. I like the run launcher. I don't have to install Rofi to get a run launcher like that. It's pretty cool. And the dock's convenient when you want to just see what applications you got currently running and switch around, that kind of thing. Yeah, pretty cool. So there you go. That's Copple Cosmic Desktop, and I hope you like it. I like it. I may install on my other computer over there eventually. We'll see what happens. I mean, if I had to use it for a daily driver, I think I'd like it pretty well. Yeah, I'm kind of got a sweet setup right now set up, so I hate to mess it up by installing something different on my daily driver, but I have other computers I can install it on too, so it should work fine. So that's it out of the box, and that's my review of Cosmic Desktop Pop! OS 1.04, recently released. And if you like this video, click the like button down below. And also, if you want to subscribe, click the subscribe button and click the notification bell. You'll be notified of any videos that I got coming out. And anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Till then, may the Linux Force be with you. Bye.